Thanks for starting your week with us. Hello and welcome to Business Daily. I'm Lee in Seoul. Let's get started with a look at today's highlights. Korean businesses in sectors ranging from manufacturing to entertainment continue to take a hit from China's economic retaliations that it has ramped up since March. New factory buildings are up near Senegal's capital as part of the government's efforts to attract Chinese companies shifting low-end manufacturing to Africa. These stories and more coming right up. But first, Korea's manufacturing sector has posted its first increase in jobs in 4 months on the back of strong exports. According to the Ministry of Employment and Labor on Monday, 3.58 million full-time employees were working in manufacturing in March, up 2.2% from the previous year. Manufacturing jobs had been on a downtrend since December. Korea added a combined 335,000 new jobs last month compared to the previous year, continuing in the 300,000 range. Korean company profits made from intermediary trade rose sharply last year. According to the Bank of Korea, net exports from intermediary trade, which involves buying completed goods from one country and selling them to another, stood at $9.5 billion in 2016. Now that's an increase of nearly 19% from the previous year. Korea's intermediary trade surged to a record high in 2013, but had been on a downward trend until last year. According to officials, the latest figure was largely driven by the growth in overseas production of Korean smartphones. Experts warn that while production abroad increases price competitiveness and helps companies gain global market share, it also has consequences for the job market at home. Geopolitical risks hit the Korean equity market hard during the first session of the week, and now foreign investors have unloaded shares on the Kospi market for more than a week. We're now joined by our markets contributor Choi Jin-seok to talk about overall stock market performance and upcoming market events. Hello, Jin-seok.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so how did the Korean stock market close on the first day of the week?
Both the Kospi and the Kosdaq market were shaken hard in the first session of the week due to a number of negative factors. The Kospi fell for 5 consecutive sessions, closing at 2133, down by 0.8% compared to the previous session. And the Kosdaq market, which has been outperforming the Kospi recently, plummeted by 2.2% to close at 619. Amid rising tensions with North Korea, an aircraft carrier strike group led by the USS Carl Vinson was redirected toward the Korean peninsula. Along with the U.S.-China summit, which ended without tangible results, investors saw this event as having the potential of raising geopolitical risks within the region. As a result, foreigners unloaded shares on the Kospi market for 6 consecutive sessions. Foreign investors sold shares on the Kosdaq market too. Since the Kosdaq had been outperforming the Kospi, the market was hit harder than the Kospi by external factors today.
Now, the U.S. market was also sluggish due to unexpectedly weak employment numbers, and it has spooked sentiment among foreign investors as well.
That's right. The U.S. labor market created only 98,000 jobs last month, falling significantly short of market expectations of 170 to 180,000 jobs. After the release of the employment report, CME FedWatch, a futures market, showed lower expectations for an interest rate hike in June, down from 71% to 66%. The U.S. market closed with a sluggish picture, showing concerns over conditions of the labor market and geopolitical risks, spurred by airstrikes against Syria. There are a number of important events related to the Federal Reserve's monetary policy this week. First, Fed Chair Janet Yellen will talk about future policy directions through her speech on Monday local time. St. Louis Fed President James Bullard and Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari will deliver speeches as well. Since the Fed signaled a potential reduction of the Fed's balance sheet in its March FOMC minutes, investors will be eager to get hints from Fed officials. The Consumer Price Index and retail sales from the U.S. are important data related to the Fed's policy as well. However, the impact of such indicators will be priced in the market next week due to a market holiday on Friday.
And the U.S. earnings season will officially kick off this week. So what are the expectations on that?
Just like the Korean market, expectations for robust corporate earnings can act as a bright spot in the U.S. market as well. Major U.S. banks, including Citigroup, J.P. Morgan, and Wells Fargo, will unveil their quarterly results on Thursday. The banking sector has recently been leading the way in the U.S. market, reflecting expectations for better earnings following the Fed's interest rate hikes. Market research firm FactSet expects the sector will record a 14% increase in earnings growth for Q1, which is the best among all sectors. The overall picture is bright too. The firm says the estimated earnings growth rate for the S&P 500 is 8.9%, and if 8.9% becomes the actual growth rate for the quarter, it will mark the biggest growth for the index since Q4 of 2013.
And there are also important economic indicators coming from China. Tell us more about this.
That's right. Different from last year, China so far this year hasn't been a negative factor in global financial markets. This trend is expected to continue at least in the near term. The Shanghai Composite Index surpassed the highest record in 4 months last week, and March's foreign reserves continued to increase for 2 consecutive months. Uncertainty surrounding the value of the Chinese yuan has been lowered significantly too. For this week, the Chinese government will unveil important economic indicators. First, investors will be able to get hints on whether China has succeeded in mitigating concerns over deflation through Wednesday's price index. With trade numbers on Thursday, investors will be able to get a brief picture of economic trends in the world's second largest economy.
Now, the release of the U.S. Department of Treasury's report is drawing a lot of attention from investors as well. So do experts think the report will actually heighten volatility in the foreign exchange market?
The U.S. Treasury Department is likely to unveil a report on forex policies on April 15, and there is a possibility it will list Korea as a currency manipulator. Therefore, experts say investors will need to be rather prudent ahead of the release of the report. The impact of the report on the foreign exchange market is still uncertain, though. Some experts say if Korea is included on the list, volatility in the FX market will increase. However, other experts say the issue has already been priced in the market. And on that note, during today's session, the exchange rate between Korean won and US dollar surpassed 1,141 per dollar for the first time in nearly a month, which means the value of the Korean won decreased significantly.
All right, thank you so much for that today.
Thank you.
A trade war looks to have been averted for now between the world's top 2 economies as Beijing offers some concessions off the heels of the Trump-Xi meeting late last week. Citing Chinese officials, the Financial Times reports Beijing is willing to end a U.S. beef import ban that's been in place for 14 years. They also said that the state would look into buying more U.S. agricultural products to reduce its annual trade surplus and tensions with its top trading partner. Aides to U.S. President Donald Trump said the 2 countries had agreed to 100 days of trade negotiations to even out their trade relationship. The FT report also said Beijing would work toward opening up its financial sector for American investment. On Friday, President Trump has said tremendous progress was made during his meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. She said a deeper understanding had built trust that would smooth out lots of very potentially bad problems. China's economic retaliations against Korea for deploying the missile defense system THAAD are getting worse, affecting multiple industries. Our Lee Ju-young has more.
From tourism to entertainment, it's been about 40 days since China actively started rolling out economic retaliations against Korea. But now, their reach has gotten far more expansive, seriously affecting businesses that have stakes in the world's second largest economy. One of the firms that's been hit the hardest is none other than Lotte, which agreed to a land swap deal with the government for the deployment site of the THAAD battery. Lotte says many of its Chinese retail stores, which have been suspended since the end of February, are facing additional losses that may reach as much as $179 million if the freeze lasts another month. So far, 87 Lotte Mart stores operating in China have been shut down after surprise inspections and Chinese consumers staging anti-Korea protests near the stores. That's roughly 88% of Lotte Mart outlets in China that have been forced to close temporarily. Big manufacturers have also become victims of China's economic retaliation. Hyundai Motors saw roughly 52% of their sales drop in the month of March, while Samsung SDI has decided to suspend plans to add new production lines at its battery plant in Xi'an. The unofficial sanctions have also affected the film and entertainment industry, with China banning Korean films from being screened at Beijing's International Film Festival and blocking Korean entertainers from performing in the country. Lee Ju-young, Business Daily.
As many low-end manufacturing jobs leave China in search of cheaper labor, an industrial park in Senegal is open and ready to receive new tenants. The African country is hoping to replicate the success others have had as manufacturing shifts to the continent. Our Eunice Kim takes us there.
Just outside of Senegal's capital, Dakar, is Diamniadio Industrial Park. Its vast hangars are ready to house garment makers from China, as higher labor costs shifts the industry to Africa. That's hoped to include the French-speaking West. Senegal's industry minister says there's already interest given the country's Atlantic Ocean port, what he calls an excellent entry point.
Dakar is 7 hours away from the United States, almost 5 hours from Europe, and also less than 5 hours from South America, not to mention the opportunity Dakar offers for inland Africa. And Dakar is within the economic community of West African states, a market of more than 320 million people.
The $139 million project captures a dream to replicate the success Ethiopia saw to the east. Its factories have been abuzz, pushing out shoes and garments for a Chinese firm, positioning Ethiopia as one of Africa's rising economic stars. While Senegal has a stable democracy, it's been bogged down by poor infrastructure, bureaucracy, and chronic underdevelopment. The World Bank has ranked it 147th out of 190 countries on its Ease of Doing Business Index. Some are hoping to change that with facilities like Diamniadio Industrial Park that's built in with amenities and services to accommodate incoming firms. Analysts estimate between 5 and 10 African countries stand to see an industrial boom over the next 10 years as production shifts to the continent from Asia. Eunice Kim, Business Daily.
The scale of Korea's travel industry in 2015 has been revised up to 73 trillion won, which accounts for 2.5% of the country's GDP. The figure, which amounts to some $64 billion, was announced by the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism on this Monday. It said, unlike past assessments, this time it had included gains the domestic economy had enjoyed when Koreans traveled outside of the country. This includes expenditures on plane tickets, duty-free items, as well as shopping at general retail outlets. Such expenses added $18.1 billion to the 2015 sum. And together with other considerations, it was revised up to $63.9 billion. Traditional markets here in Korea are a must-see tourist spot that offer a glimpse into the culture and everyday lives of Koreans. With that, let's take a look at Seoul's iconic traditional markets and the range of services that they provide for foreign travelers.
About 17 million foreign tourists visited Korea last year. 80% of them stayed in Seoul, a city that is home to a number of traditional markets. Which of the Seoul's traditional markets are especially popular among international travelers? First off, there is Namdaemun Market, with a 600-year history. There is really nothing you can't find in this 66,000 square meter market, lined with more than 10,000 small shops.
We saw that it was like the thing to visit here, the best market and the biggest market in South Korea. So we just came here to look at it, maybe buy some things.
Last year, Namdaemun Market welcomed about 10,000 visitors every day. To cater to the growing number of international visitors, the market has unveiled a number of services besides the Tourist Information Center. Among them is the Community Lounge, a concierge service dedicated to helping foreign travelers.
We thought about practical services that can help foreign tourists with travel or shopping and decided to create a community lounge that offers internet access and free snacks.
In addition to travel information available in English, Japanese, and Chinese, the lounge offers luggage storage, free snacks, tax refund services, and hanbok, or traditional Korean dress trial, all free of charge. The lounge attracts an average of 1,000 foreign visitors every day.
I came here when I saw a tourist information person, and then they said to come over here and check it out because there's hanbok, trials. People here are very friendly, so it was really nice to come here and try on the hanbok.
The market also hosts language classes to help vendors communicate with foreign travelers. The lesson includes useful expressions and practical conversations specific to a market setting, which many vendors find helpful.
We learn about practical expressions that are essential when greeting foreign visitors in the market. I find the lessons helpful.
Efforts to modernize the market and make it more accessible to tourists is also underway, including the renovation of old facilities and improvement of wayfinding systems.
We are planning to create a specialized cluster of stores, for example, an alley selling Korean food. We're also trying to improve the signage to help foreign travelers.
Gwangjang Market in Seoul's Jongno-gu district is another tourist attraction. Established in 1905, the market is of historical importance, being the oldest remaining daily market in Korea. It saw strong growth in foreign visitors after being featured in several TV shows.
They love it here. In the past, not many Europeans liked kimbap. Now it has grown on them along with other Korean foods like tteokbokki.
Most foreign travelers visit the market to sample some of the best Korean street foods from dozens of stalls. People need to sit so close to one another that their shoulder bump occasionally. But this doesn't stop travelers from enjoying an authentic Korean cultural experience.
I'm a foodie, so I like eating. And I also like street food. So I want to experience how you do it in Korea. We had the pancake, we had the seafood pancake, and also we had the rice wine in Mongolia. Yeah, it's very good actually. I was impressed.
In order to help bring down language barriers, so-called walking tourist information booths are available in Gwangjang Market. Dressed in red, professional guides from the Seoul Tourism Association walk around the market to offer advice, directions, and help to foreign visitors.
The signs are in Korean, which gives foreigners a hard time when finding directions. We look for foreign travelers and approach them to help them with directions.
Tongin Market is a 10-minute walk from Gyeongbokgung Palace. It may be smaller in size than other traditional markets, but is just as popular. One of the reasons behind its popularity is a unique lunchbox system.
Visitors find it interesting to use old brass coins as currency in the traditional market.
You need to buy old brass coins and trade them for what you want to eat at participating food stalls to build your own lunchbox. The fun concept is being met with enthusiastic response from foreigners.
I think it's a great way to just come here and try new and different foods, and it's a great opportunity. It's very different from from what I'm used to, but it's very good. I'm gonna tell all my friends about it. Yes, I think it's a great.
There are 217 traditional markets in Seoul. many of which feature signature products. With 17 million travelers visiting Korea every year, it seems these markets will step up their efforts to attract more foreign tourists.
A massage chair pummels, kneads, and relieves sore muscles, all at the push of a button. Now, a range of massage products have become popular in recent years, from full-body massage chairs to those tiny handheld massagers. And now we take a look at this growing market of massage products.
This store in Gangnam-gu, Seoul. Customers can try different massage chairs here before buying one. When a user sits down, the chair detects his or her body size and automatically adjusts the leg rest and shoulder height position for the perfect massage. There are different settings to choose from, such as a fitness mode or vibration, which relaxes the user into a deep sleep.
I spend a lot of time sitting at the desk at work, so my neck, back, and shoulders often hurt. The massage was so refreshing. I wish I could have one at home so that I can relieve stress at the end of a long day.
According to industry estimates, the Korean market for massage chairs reached near $500 million in 2016, a 25-time increase from 2006, when it was in a nascent stage. In the past, massagers were largely considered home care products for seniors, with a high-income elderly representing a significant part of the consumer base. But today, young people have emerged as a powerful consumer force in the massage product market.
Purchases are increasingly being made by young customers in their 30s and 40s. Massage chairs are great ways to relieve stress and heal, which I think is the reason why our company is growing rapidly.
A survey by a massage chair brand showed that last year, most massage chair purchases were made by those in their 30s. Another reason for the booming market is a rental scheme that reduces the financial burden on shoppers. Young people's shift to value-driven consumption has also contributed to the market growth.
Everyone needs some rest and relaxation, but these days people don't have the time. So that's how this concept of fast healing came about. There are products and services coming out that offer quick and simple ways to treat yourself.
Myeongdong in central Seoul is always bustling with young people. The area is home to a special cafe that jumped on the massage chair craze. Visitors pay a $15 entrance fee for a relaxing 50-minute massage chair experience. They are provided with disposable socks before placing their feet in the machine. In a dark and quiet space, partitions are set up between the chairs to offer a sense of privacy.
After having lunch with my friend, I looked for a place online where I could get a massage and drink some coffee. That's why I came here.
Massage chairs are costly, so it is not easy to buy one for yourself. I tried it here at a decent price, so I really like it.
Massage chair cafes are quickly gaining in popularity, offering an easy and quick way to relax muscle stress at 1/4 of the price of a human massage.
Massage chair cafes are much like a place to chat, where mothers get together after sending their children to school. Office workers visit here to relax during lunch hours, and young couples come at night to hang out.
Amid the rapid growth of the massage machine market, large companies are also throwing their hats in the ring. In Japan, where massage chairs became mainstream earlier than Korea, the penetration of massage chairs for home use amounts to roughly 40%. The figure stands at 10% for Korea, which indicates plenty of room for growth.
Massage products can be combined with services like Internet of Things and healthcare. Imagine a massage system being incorporated into a car or a mattress. Combining massage products with other industries may help provide a breakthrough. These convergent services and new business models will have a positive impact on market growth.
Massage products have become a dominant force in the rapidly growing personal health care market. It would be interesting to watch if the massage boom can offer Korean companies a chance to be first to market.
And that wraps it up for today. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more at the same time, same place for your Business Daily. Until then, goodbye.